I don't know whether this feeling I have towards Efton Chism is love or lust or whatever it is, it's real. Because he has shown a lot through the first 2 games of the preseason, and I don't think it's just because he's playing against 4th stringers. He has shown that he can be a real slot weapon for this team, because even though he's playing those 3rd, 4th string guys most of the time, and he comes in the second quarter as well, so sometimes just the regular backups, he's done really well and shown that he can do a lot no matter what type of defense he plays. I think he'll make the 53-man roster. It's honestly a lock for 2 specific reasons. One, he's a slot guy. He's the only other slot guy, pure slot receiver, on this team besides Demario Douglas. Number 2, he can return kicks and punts. That's something that every team needs, is depth at that position as well, because special teams, even with the new updates to it, still is a very injury-prone place to play. And another reason, actually, because Javon Baker, Jalen Polk, and Kendrick Bourne either haven't been healthy or haven't shown enough. And that hurts me to say about Baker, Polk, Bourne, all those guys, because Baker and Polk, we have draft capital invested in, and Bourne, we have money invested in, and he's a great guy. I love him. They just haven't shown enough this offseason to really show that they prove to be on the roster. Whereas a guy like Efton Chism, the undrafted free agent out of Eastern Washington, definitely has. He's made a couple plays through training camp that have just been impressive, like that one-handed catch that he had, or just some solid one-on-one reps, or in 11-on-11 or 7-on-7s, no matter what. He's just impressed. And through preseason, it's been a lot more impressive than you would think. But I want to talk about how we got here. Efton Chism obviously went undrafted this year, but per Tanner Brady on X, amongst the 474 wideouts in the FBS and FCS with 50-plus targets last year, Efton Chism ranked 1st in offensive grade at 92.1, 1st in receiving grade at 92.6, 1st in receptions at 120, 1st in yards after catch at 798, 2nd in targets at 146, tied for 2nd in first downs at 60, tied for 3rd in missed tackles forced at 29, 4th in receiving yards at 1,306, 5th in touchdowns at 13, 5th in percentage of targets caught at 82.2%, 9th in yards per run at 3.45. He led the entire 2025 wide receiver class with a 99th percentile college dominator rating at 55.7 of EW's receiving yards and targets, and a 93rd percentile college target share at 25.9%. He has a school record of 120 receptions. He's one of 2 Eastern Washington players that have 300-plus receptions. Guess who the other one was? Cooper Kupp, another dominant slot receiver coming out of that school that came up later in his career. Well, he had a 1,000-yard season, but had that 1,900-yard Triple Crown Super Bowl MVP season. And I thought all of this was pretty evident. He was a guy who should have been drafted. Ellie Wolf said that. But things happen, like the 40-yard dash. People thought he might have been a little unathletic or whatever. But scouts also told me back in May that they love this guy and to watch out for him because he might just make the 53-man roster. And I don't know if that's not a lock. I don't know what is to this point. Because like I said, he's the only pure slot outside Demario Douglas. He can play on special teams, and the other guys just haven't been playing up to par, whether it's in the games. I mean, Javon Baker has had bad throws to him from Dobbs. A lot of his targets are just bad throws. That's besides the point. Polk just hasn't done well, and Bourne hasn't been there, really. But if we send Efton Chism to the practice squad, he's no longer a Patriot, because a team will pick him up immediately. He could be a slot receiver on a team right now. Not the starter, potentially, but a guy who can come in and make plays, get about 30 catches a year, to start, at least. He's 24, though. He's not young in terms of rookies, but that honestly helps him. He's seen a lot more of the game. He's coming in, going to develop at a pretty solid rate if he can get the reps against the ones, which he has in practice at times. I don't know, man. Efton Chism might be that guy, and he's shown us on a bunch of plays in preseason. And talking about preseason, through the 2 games, among players with 7 targets, leads all receivers with an 84.6 PFF grade, 5th in yards per route run at 3.18, and his ADOT is only around 4 yards, 78 yards after catch, which is 1st, while having 6.5 yards after catch per reception at 9th, 6 missed tackles forced, which is 1st, and he's caught all 4 contested targets. The Chiseler has truly impressed us this offseason. And since he's been impressing us so much in the preseason, why not put him in some of your entries on Underdog? Underdog is the best and easiest place to play fantasy sports. All you have to do is pick higher or lower on 2-day players' projections, and you can win up to 1,000 times your money. They have promos every day like props boosts and discount tokens, best ball fantasy drafts, and if you sign up and play $5 with code Fanatics, you get $50 in bonus credit and a free pick to use towards your entries that, of course, include Efton Chism. And again, guys, that is code Fanatics at sign up. So let's get into some plays of what Efton Chism has done so far in the preseason. The first thing I noticed from Efton is how well he plays against zone coverage. This one, he gets sent in motion, and as soon as the ball is snapped, we see him release inside and just sit there for an easy target for Dobbs. That technically could have been a touchdown, maybe if he cut back inside, but who knows, safety was right there. Still, guys, he gave an easy target for Dobbs to have and got open. That's all that matters in that scenario. Another play where he just sits in the soft spot of the coverage. He's in the slot here in a trips formation, and the linebacker's nowhere near him, so he just takes the out route and sits and catches it. It's only a few yards, but it's that type of smart detailing of the route running that gets you these catches and targets and helps your quarterback not make a bad decision because you give him that easy target to rely on. We have another one against Minnesota where he just sits down the zone. He motions across the field, but he just goes down right in the middle and sits. It gets the throw to him, breaks a tackle, and takes on 3 guys and continues to get more yards while 3 guys are tackling him. He's a small guy. He's 5'10". There's no reason he should be breaking tackles like he is, but he's just great after the catch. He can force miss tackles, and he uses his body to just fight for every blade of grass. My brothers are landscapers, and they don't know blades of grass as well as Efton Chism does. And speaking of that yards after catch breaking tackles ability, this one is a simple, just in motion play action flat route for him. Gets the pass, and doesn't look like it's going to go anywhere, the negative play, but he breaks a tackle. He trucks over a guy to get 3 yards. Those are the type of plays that help you make a roster. It's just being able to put your body on the line and fight for those extra yards. And again, another play where he just does so well after the catch. It's a screen from the motion. He catches it, immediately jukes that guy and gets a block, but then breaks a tackle, breaks it again, and drags people down to the 4-yard line. I don't know how he continues to do this again at that frame. Like, it shouldn't be possible that he catches a screen and breaks 2 tackles on his way to a 21-yard gain? I mean, look, 1 tackle from the linebacker and the DB, and the linebacker comes back, and it takes 2 guys to bring him down at the 4. Just truly impeccable work after the catch by Efton Chism. I think he truly can be a valuable piece to this offense right away. And nothing shows that more than his touchdown against Minnesota, where he's just going to run a simple crosser, but there's a pick play involved, gets him the ball. There's 3 defenders there. He jukes one out, gets off a tackle from another, gets off another tackle, and gets taken down by 2 guys, but drags them into the end zone. There is no reason someone like him should be able to make a play like this, where there's 3 guys when he catches the ball, jukes 2 of them out, breaks 4 tackles into the end zone for a touchdown. There is no way he should be able to do that. And it's kind of the same thing on his touchdown against Washington. He's lined up in the slot, hits a clean release to the inside immediately. I love that release. Another pick play. I don't like the throw from Woolridge there, but it gets to him. He kind of catches it with his body, breaks the tackle from the defender covering him, and he jumps into the end zone. Honestly, it's just his ability to break tackles with his frame and his speed it's impeccable. That's the sort of stuff that shows the team and the scouts that they made the right decision, making you a priority on draft a free agent and signing you off the jump. It truly is impeccable work by Efton Chism, what he has done this offseason and through training camp, through the preseason games. If he doesn't make the 53-man roster, I'm going to riot, in all honesty, because he deserves to. We found another guy in the Josh McDaniels scheme. Josh McDaniels loves his slot receivers. When I was talking to James White, he was saying Demario Douglas was going to break out because the slot receiver in the Josh McDaniels system always does well. The way they motion him in, motion him out, get him moving for his routes, have plays designed strictly for the slot. We had guys like Edelman, Welker, Amendola, Jacoby Myers even. All those guys did really well in the slot for McDaniels, and it truly is proving that Efton will fit into the scheme as well. I don't even know if it's going to be Demario breaking out. I love Demario Douglas, but if Efton makes the 53-man roster, he's going to be fighting for snaps in the regular season, just based off what he has shown us so far. Now, right now, he's dealing with an injury. We'll see what happens for the 3rd preseason game. But if he's not a lock to make the roster, I don't know what he could possibly do to become a lock.